forearm, and I'm going to stabilize. What I don't want to do is bring my fingers across her forearm like this. I want to leave those extensors completely free to work. I'm just trying to hold her arm from flexing if she's weak. So all I'm going to ask him to do is take and bring her hand up towards the ceiling and towards your pinky finger. That's considered fair. One more time. Bring it up. That's it. And towards your pinky finger. That's fair. So she extends and ulnarly deviates. Now I want her to hold it there. Don't leave that end range position. Bring it up a little bit more and over through the pinky. So she's up as far as she can go. She's at her end range to apply resistance. I'm going to apply resistance. I'm going to push her into flexion. And if she's ulnarly deviating, what direction am I pushing her in?
Radio.
Radio. And I'm pushing her towards the radial deviation. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And that would be for good and normal. So she comes up, and extension and ulnar deviation. I apply my resistance to the dorsum of her hand. I'm not crossing over her fingers. I'm not going over her fingers. If I have to only use 3 fingers, I'll do that. But I just want her to hold that position. Don't let me push you. And I push you down. And I try to push her towards flexion and radial deviation. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And that would be for extensor carpi ulnaris. Guess what? For core, all 3 are tested the same way. Bring your wrist back. So she's just going into extension and a gravity lessened position. Can't really isolate them there. Now, to palpate, and actually I'm going to let everybody put their pen down. Okay, so the best thing to do is to bring your finger, slide your finger down, your index finger, and go right to the crease of your wrist. Just go right down the index. Try not to go over to the middle finger. And keep it towards the side, like I'm keeping it more towards the radial side. And extend, and radially deviate. You should feel a tendon almost as you immediately begin, like in the first 20 degrees. You should feel that extensor carpi radialis longus underneath your finger. The next one is, right next to it is your extensor carpi radialis brevis. You can feel it. Now, other tests have shown to test them different ways, but we're going to just stay with that. So you're going to follow it down, knowing that it crosses over. So what you're really palpating is not the muscle belly, because the muscle belly is up here in the proximal forearm, and we can't really differentiate. But what we can do is we can feel the tendons. We can feel the tendons as they come down and they cross over. So what we'll do too is when you are in your labs, we'll go around and make sure you're palpating correctly. To get to the pinky finger, the extensor carpi ulnaris, again, go right down the finger that it inserts onto. The extensor carpi ulnaris inserts on the base of the 5th metacarpal. So what you want to do is just take and extend and ulnarly deviate, and you'll feel it as you're going back and forth. You'll feel the tendon right underneath your finger. And a good place is make sure you're not on top of the ulnar styloid, but you're just distal to it, and you should be able to feel it very easily. Okay, and we'll come along as you're doing that.